Could the universe be a keeper of memory? Are black holes librarians, not destroyers preserving stories in code? You walk the halls of this idea, where every grain of light holds a word. And suddenly, forgetting feels less final. The cosmos whispers that even loss has structure. You float again, not in space but in thought drifting, wrapped in quiet wonder. Around you is the soft shimmer of nothing and everything, like ink suspended in water. You don't move. The universe moves around you. And here, in this velvety silence, you begin to sense it, a library written not in books, but in the bending of space, the burn of light, and the spiraling pull of gravity. Above you or beside you, it's hard to say a black hole yawns like an ancient door. Not the monster you once feared, but a great dark archive. Its silence is not absence. It is protection, a seal, a keeping. As you drift closer, fear does not rise. Instead, something gentler settles inside you, curiosity, reverence. It feels like standing before a vault that holds every memory you thought the cosmos had forgotten. Black holes, those dense, collapsed remnants of stars, once seemed like the universe's final erasers. Swallowers of light, eaters of time. But now, physicists and poets alike have begun to wonder, what if they are not destroyers? What if they are scribes? What if information, once believed lost inside their darkness, is never truly gone, just rewritten in a deeper tongue? Here, you float near one's edge, the event horizon, that trembling boundary where time slows, bends, and begins to blur. And you listen. They say that every bit of matter that falls into a black hole, every electron, every atom, every thought held in that falling brain, is etched somehow into the very fabric of its surface. Not in the hole, but on it. As though the skin of the black hole carries a whisper of everything it has touched. A code, a trace, a memory. This is the strange beauty of the holographic principle, the idea that all the information in a three-dimensional space can be described on a two-dimensional surface. Like a shadow telling the story of its shape. Like a book cover that somehow contains the whole novel. Your mind bends, gently like space near gravity, trying to hold it. The universe, it seems, may be holographic. And black holes may be its clearest teachers. You picture it, a falling star, pulled across the sky of space-time. It collapses, spins, shrinks, and disappears. But something remains. Its mass, its charge, its angular momentum. And more, perhaps. Much more. Not just what it was, but what it knew. Every entangled particle. Every interaction. It's as though the black hole holds a biography not in pages, but in the delicate stretching of its horizon. A cosmic script, written in the ink of math and mystery. You reach out, not to touch it, but to feel its lesson. And in this floating moment, the story becomes metaphor. Memory is not what is kept, but what is changed by keeping. Just as heat rearranges clay, gravity rearranges time. You remember something, a moment in your own life, long gone, that you feared was lost. A voice, a touch, a breath of air from a summer morning. Perhaps it too exists still, not in your mind, but in the gentle warp it left behind. In the way light moved that day. In the pull it made on time. The universe, it seems, has no delete button, only deeper layers of storage. You wonder, are you being stored too? Is your existence part of this grand inscription, your thoughts carved into the invisible geometry of space-time? If black holes hold memory, perhaps the cosmos itself is a kind of conscious record. A dream with perfect recall. A mind made of mathematics and mist. And this idea opens a hallway. You step inside. Down this corridor, the walls are woven with stars. Each glimmer is a symbol, each pulse a punctuation. The galaxies swirl like script, the curling ends of calligraphy, as if the cosmos is composing itself, moment by moment, not in chaos, but in verse. Physicists like Leonard Susskind and Juan Meldacena have hinted that our universe might indeed be a hologram, a three-dimensional experience projected from a two-dimensional boundary, like an echo of deeper data. And while the math is dizzying, the meaning settles gently in your chest. What you see is not all that is. The visible may be just a reflection, a reading, a version of something more complete. You find comfort here. Not because you understand it all, but because understanding becomes unnecessary. Like music you can't analyze, but feel. Like a language you never learned, but somehow know. The idea hums in your bones. Your story is being kept, even when you forget, even when you fade, even when you fall beyond your own horizon. Could memory be the universe's first principle? Before mass, before time, before stars? If so, perhaps black holes are not tombs, but tombstones carved with names only the cosmos can read. You return to the edge of that quiet dark, now less afraid. And the black hole seems to nod not in motion, but in mood. You sense its patience, its certainty. It does not chase the falling. It receives, and it does not forget. In this, you find sleep. Not as a turning off, but a tuning in. You become the hush, the listening, the long exhale. And just before you drift, another question stirs, not loud, not urgent, just enough to carry you onward. If the universe holds memory in the folds of gravity, what might it dream when no one is watching? You drift back through thought, still holding questions like warm stones. The black hole fades behind you, not erased, but understood differently. You haven't found every answer, but you've found quiet. And in the hush between stars, you listen for what else might whisper back. The fall has ended, and now you rise. You move gently, slowly, through the soft silence that stretches across the fabric of space. It holds you like water holds a leaf, buoyed but never still. Behind you, the black hole recedes, not vanquished, not defeated, but absorbed into understanding. It spins endlessly, like a memory that no longer stings. You do not run from it. You do not cling to it. You drift, bearing the gift of something grasped not with hands, but with awareness. There is a kind of grace in turning away from what once held your every thought. You carry no proof, only perspective. The edge was never about endings, it was about depth. And now, as you return, you are not who you were. You are still becoming. The stars around you feel different, though they have not changed. Their light, their quiet persistence, it's as though you notice them more fully now. The way photons travel for eons to greet your eyes. The way the universe does not shout but hums, softly, constantly, a lullaby of existence. You are aware of this hum, this cosmic breath, and it soothes something primal in you. There is a rhythm here that no machine could ever replicate. And now you hear it clearly. You begin to feel again what it means to be in motion, not pulled, not pushed, but choosing. Each thought is a wing beat, a decision to glide or dip. You steer your path by starlight and intuition, not precision. That's the strange thing about the cosmos. It obeys laws, and yet it invites imagination. You think back to the edge, to the event horizon, and how you once believed crossing it would be a kind of erasure. But it was never oblivion. It was a deepening, a moment when time bent so tightly it folded over on itself. A moment when even questions had to surrender. And now, on this side of the crossing, you realize something. Some truths are too large for answers. They are meant to be lived. What does it mean to return from such a place? Not physically, no, but within your thoughts, within the journey your mind has taken? What have you brought back? You've brought silence, not emptiness, but presence. You've brought the kind of stillness that listens more than it speaks. You've brought an awareness of scale of your place in something vast and vibrating with ancient echoes. You remember a phrase once read in a forgotten text. The stars are holes in the sky where the light of infinity leaks through. Perhaps that was poetry, or perhaps it was science filtered through awe. Either way, it feels true now. You gaze into those soft pinpricks and feel them pulse not just with light, but with time. You know now that when you look at a star, you are looking back. Light is a story told late. And so you wonder, what stories are being told now, just starting their journey toward us? What civilizations blink their first lights? What minds stare upward with the same open gaze? This curiosity is no longer anxious. It does not demand. It waits. Your thoughts drift to gravity not just as a force, but as a metaphor. How gravity pulls not because it wants, but because it is. How mass curves space, and space curves us. You begin to feel your own gravity, the pull of memory, the bend of experiences gathered. Each choice you've made, each wonder you've held, distorts your inner landscape in ways subtle and vast. You pass a drifting cloud of gas hydrogen, mostly soft and shapeless. It glows faintly, kissed by the remnants of a nearby supernova. Stars will form here, you think. From this fog, heat will gather, particles will dance, and eventually, light will be born. Creation is not sudden. It is slow, gentle, patient. So too, you realize, is transformation. You are not returning unchanged, but the change is not loud. It is not drama or revelation. It is a quiet layering of insight upon insight, breath upon breath. You recall a time when the idea of a multiverse felt absurd. Now it feels like a possibility wrapped in velvet. Not because it has been proven, but because your mind is now a garden where many seeds can rest, some to bloom, some to wait, some to simply be. There is beauty and potential, and perhaps meaning too. You begin to see the universe as a mirror not reflecting your image, but you're wondering. Each nebula, each quasar, each trembling atom speaks back in kind. Not in words, but in patterns, in probabilities, in waves that whisper, look again, and again, and again. And you do. You see how the spiral arms of galaxies echo the spirals in seashells, how neural pathways resemble cosmic webs, how lightning forks like the rivers of Mars. This is not coincidence. This is resonance, a kind of harmony that suggests all things, great and small, are playing variations on a cosmic theme. You are not outside this. You are of it. And this is the quiet revelation that holds you now, not that you have found your place, but that you've remembered you never left it. You are always stitched into the fabric, a thread among billions, luminous in your own small way. The journey back is not a retreat, it is an expansion. You return not to a smaller world, but to a deeper one. The silence thickens again, not ominous but full. You feel the shift coming, another chapter unfolding, another idea rising like a new moon. But for now you stay. You hover in the hush. You listen. In the far distance, you imagine a signal not artificial, but natural. A pattern in the radio waves. A rhythm in the background noise. Something encoded in the static. Could it be a message? Could it be the universe speaking, not in sentences, but in music? Or maybe it's your own consciousness learning to tune in. The stars do not answer, but they do not close the door either. They simply remain burning, distant, inviting. And you, soft with sleep, light with wonder, begin to ask not what is out there, but what else might listen back. If the universe keeps its stories, then every lost moment still has a home. And as you return with new questions and gentler wonder, the journey continues. Subscribe, and stay with us as we keep listening to the cosmos secrets and what it might whisper back.